welcome to this week's video. So what I thought I would do today was do a follow-up to my video last week, which was about different types of skin tightening and resurfacing lasers for your face, your neck, and your chest. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and have a laser. I'll bring you to my laser tech, Cindy from Cosmetic Laser Solutions. She's been doing most of my maintenance lasers for the last 5 to 7 years. And I have no makeup on. This is pretty much what my skin looks like with no makeup, and it looks, I think, pretty good for me being 55. I'm pretty happy with it. But it's really great because then we can go in and she can answer, some of the questions that were asked in the comments about, different types of lasers and the effects that it'll have on you. So we're gonna go there right now and we'll ask her some questions and see what she has to say, and you can watch her do a laser treatment on me. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Are you here for Cindy?
I am.
Okay, go ahead and take a seat and she'll be right with you, okay?
Thank you, Susan. So we're here at Cosmetic Laser Solutions, and this is Cindy Submergent, and she's going to do a laser on me, and it's called?
It's a thulium laser, so
Okay.
the Laser MD, and for fine lines, wrinkles, pigmentation, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm trying to do, is just try to keep the fine lines at a minimum, because that's where I start to have problems, is getting a lot of fine lines. So, but then you did say something about a fractionated CO2 yesterday, which I wasn't aware of.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about that for people who have really deep lines and they want to turn back the hands of time, 5 to 10 years possibly? Is that something that can do?
Fractionated CO2 is what we call the granddaddy of lasers. It's the most aggressive laser you can do. Step-ups from those would be things like phenol peels or dermabrasion. Those need to be done under anesthesia, but fractional CO2 can definitely take you back about 5 years, but there's a lot more downtime with those. So.
Right, but 5 years is 5 years. And so what is the risk of having any hypopigmentation? Because usually with those ablative lasers, that's the concern.
It's a big concern. So that, on our part, we have to choose the right client for that service. So if you have a lot of sun exposure, that kind of thing, you wouldn't be a good candidate for that. Certain skin types, the darker, more olive skin types, that's not the best treatment for them.
Okay.
Somebody like yourself, yeah, we can do that quite safely. You need to be medicated. We usually do some pain meds, some antivirals, antibiotics to make sure that you're safe.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely one of the more aggressive lasers if you're needing deeper anti-aging.
Right. So one of the regrets that I had was I didn't start doing lasers, I don't think, at a young enough age. So how young can you start to prevent having, the fine lines and the laxity,
I usually tell people to start, a good skincare regimen, you should start in teenage years.
Right.
But as far as some laser treatments, mid-20s to 30, start doing some preventative, non-ablative, things like radio frequency and just practicing good sun protection. That's the biggest thing you can do for anti-aging, is a good SPF.
Sure. I definitely agree with that. I didn't start until I was about 28, and which was a huge mistake on my part. And then I was saying in my last video that, I stopped using retinols when I wanted to get pregnant, and then I was pregnant and I was nursing. And I couldn't believe how quickly my skin aged. I aged, in 3 years, I feel like I aged 10.
Yeah. So retinol, or retin-A, tretinoin, there's different names for it. That's one of the best anti-aging products you can use.
Right.
There's a lot of things on the market, but if you're going to invest in anything, invest in a retinol and use it daily.
Yes.
And then seek some professional advice as to which one to buy. It doesn't necessarily have to be the most expensive product. It really doesn't.
Right.
Just make sure you're on a retinol of sorts.
Right. Okay. How many, if you're older and you hadn't been taking care of your skin and you got an ablative laser and you were happy with it, but 5 years later you needed another one, how many can you actually do realistically, as you get older? Is there a limit?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
you can do as many as you want, but better than that is to get your skin to a good place and then practice maintenance of your skin.
Right.
So most of my clients come in about once every 3 months, and they're not necessarily doing an aggressive treatment. What they're doing is something just like you go to the gym, just like you eat good food. I call it skin health, skin fitness.
Sure.
So it's not,
Makes
it's
sense.
better that than doing one and then disappearing for 5 years and coming back and having to basically start again.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Right.
That's the best way.
Just with anything. So now the last question is, do you do body treatments for like wrinkles on your body? Because we all know that our body, okay.
Yeah,
so what kind
absolutely.
of treatments do you do for that?
So depending on what's going on, so we have more invasive treatments such as body tight. I personally don't do that. Our plastic surgeon does it. That's a radio frequency. It's kind of like saran wrapping the skin. You're going in with a cannula below the skin and then a device on the top of the skin, and it kind of shrink wraps you in a sense.
Wow.
So that's great.
Wow, that's cool.
For the less invasive treatments, then we have things like radio frequency that again are doing similar to what we're doing on the face. We're trying to stimulate your collagen.
Okay.
And then we have, resurfacing lasers. We have IPL photo rejuvenation, just to get rid of some of the brown spots. Because when you have a lot of brown spots,
Right.
that's aging. It makes you
a
look
lot of
older.
freckles and
Yeah.
stuff. I don't have that, but sometimes I'll notice like I can see where I'm going to start to get lines, like if I bend and then they stay there,
Yeah,
or
so-
like your knees,
Right,
your
right,
knees.
exactly.
So you can do that.
Radio frequency is good for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, so now she's going to do a treatment on me, and we'll show you a little bit of that too.
The cheek area, because it's the pattiest part of the face, and just a gentle rolling across the skin. How's that feel, Karyn?
It doesn't feel painful at all.
Good.
You can feel a tiny, tiny little bit, but hardly anything.
Wonderful. So we're starting to get a little pink. That's very normal. There you go. So this should help with all these brown spots, pigmentation that you have there, some of the sun damage. I mean, your skin's in good shape, but some of that fine lines and wrinkles around this area. Get fairly close to the eye. Doing okay?
Doing very good.
Perfect. Yeah, so one of the areas where we seem to age the most is in the neck area, and I think it's because we don't pay attention, a lot of us, with our sunblock, and oftentimes treatments are done more on the face than they are on the neck, so it's a good idea to make sure that your practitioner is going to treat your neck as well as the face. So with this particular laser, it's going to help with some of this fine creping that starts to happen here.
Yep.
I mean, none of these things are surgery, so they're limited in how much they help, but definitely keeps that skin in better condition.
Right.
A little bit of collagen stimulation, turning over those top layers. Get right in under here. Getting a little pinkish. It's normal to have some raised areas on the skin with this, but the downtime should not be much with this couple of days. You might be a little pink. Skin's going to feel dry on the top as that dead old skin comes off.
Yeah, this is very comfortable. It's not pain. That numbing works really, really well.
So you were asking me about your a friend of yours who has the more olive skin type. So this is one of the big advantages of this particular device. It's developed by a Korean company called Lutronic, and one of the reasons that this was developed was to work on the more olive skin types, because we're very limited with laser treatment. So, but that doesn't alter the fact that people with darker skin types have sun damage. They also have melasma, the big brown marks in the cheek area. So that works very well and very safely for them.
So this is, you know, right after my treatment. I don't look too bad, actually. I mean, you can see, you know, where she did it, and I'm actually gonna go to work and take a couple clients because I don't feel bad at all. And then how long is it gonna be before I can wear sunblock?
I would say you'd be fine with sunblock tomorrow.
Okay, great. So I just returned home. Gotten a little bit more red on the car ride home, but it's not too bad. Typically the first 24 to 48 hours is the worst when you have these types of procedures done, where you look, you know, the most red, you have the most swelling and any discomfort. It does feel a little bit burny, but it's definitely not anything that is anything horrible. So I hope you like this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment box. I'm happy to answer them. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. So I hope you guys have a great week, and you'll see the results of my laser treatment next week. All right, have a good week, you guys. Bye-bye.